What's up everybody, it's CJ, and I'm back with another Pleasantville furnishing video, and y'all, we are almost done. We only have 2 more builds to go, and that is it. I'm kind of sad in a way because, like, yo, I had a lot of fun furnishing this, but either way, we only have 2 more. The one that we're furnishing today is the library, so this is a 2-story building. It took me a while to furnish it because there was no walls in here at all, so I had to kind of like make room for certain things. Like, I knew I wanted to have a bathroom in here. I knew that I kind of wanted to have like some closed off space. I feel like it's just easier for me to furnish if I have walls, you know? Like, I love an open floor plan, but sometimes I feel like I just need walls to kind of like help me just figure out what's what, you know? I'm also really happy also, y'all, because the Sims file share is finally allowing me to upload again. I think it was just like overloaded or something during the holidays. Maybe a lot of people were trying to get stuff. I don't really know, but I do know that I'm able to upload things now. So I uploaded the bills from last week, the week before last, and some other weeks. So if you've been waiting for a couple of bills to go up there, I've uploaded the Casanova business lot, I've uploaded the shopping district, and I also uploaded the cramped family home from last week. So all 3 of those bills are now up. So if you want to go get them, feel free to. If you just want to wait, I am going to release the whole entire save file separately when I'm finished with all the renovations. I'm kind of going back a little bit off camera here and there, fixing some things because, like, for example, the science facility in this world, I realized that, like, this world does not have a military career rabbit hole, so I was like, maybe I could try to squeeze in another rabbit hole rug, so I kind of did that off camera. I also need to go back and check on the consignment store because I think it's like one of the plants by the stairway. I think it's preventing one of the NPC Sims from going upstairs, so I need to like figure out what's going on with that. And then even like last week, the spa, like for the shopping district that I was working on last week, the rug was not usable because it had stuff on top of it, so I had to like fix it. So yeah, I've been like doing little things here and there, just trying to fix up the save file so when you play here you won't have as many issues, you know. But either way, we are working on the library. So as you can see, I have 2 of these desks down here. I wanted these desks to be kind of by the entryway. There's actually 3 doors to this building. So I wanted to have like the desk kind of be like in the middle or like just close to the door. I'd imagine that maybe a couple of librarians are sitting at these desks and, you know, they're working, but also they kind of have it as like an information hub where it's like, hey, where is this book located? Or I want to research something. Where would I go find it in the library? You know, I had a lot of fun also, y'all, cluttering up the library. I didn't really put like a bunch of clutter, but like, for example, I used this really big bulletin board. It comes from university, I believe. I chose the swatch that has like a lot of different pictures of people. I'd imagine that these are like Sims from the community over the years, you know, for different events that they have. They just kind of put like a picture up. I also put some awards up as well. I did put a couple of university posters or like the university banner flyer thing. I did put some of those in here too, just to kind of, you know, help fill in the vibe of the lot. I'm also using this bulletin board from the base game, which is so weird. You cannot recolor this object, and it's so weird because I always think that you can, but for whatever reason, they made it where you can't recolor it. So either way, I just used that in here too. I used a lot of the plants from the pets pack, and I used a lot of the rugs from Into the Future, and I think I used some from the base game, and they pretty much all have that same leaf design on it. I feel like in like real life, you know, if you go to like a business, you see objects, you'll see a lot of the same like furniture everywhere, you know, in like in a building or whatever. So I kind of did that this time. So like, for example, you'll see these same base game bookshelves all over the lot. I use these same sectionals. These are the ones from late night, and I love them, y'all. Y'all know I use these pretty much all the time, but I wanted to use those in here, and I used them in this corner. I'm using them upstairs. Like, you'll see a lot of the same objects over again, but I think the end result looks really nice in my opinion. I was also trying to figure out what kind of stuff I would put in a library. Like, yeah, I know bookshelves, but I was trying to figure out like what else I could put in here. So I was thinking of like some skill building objects. So I did put 2 chess tables in here. I thought about putting an art easel, but then I thought about in terms of like real life, I mean, I'm pretty sure some libraries somewhere probably has like an art room, but I was thinking like in terms of real life, or at least in my brain, I'm like, I would hate to like have an art easel right next to a bookshelf because I feel like that's just a recipe waiting to happen, you know? So I didn't put any art easels in here, but if you want to put some, feel free to. I just kind of put like chess tables, computers, just stuff like that, because if you didn't know, you can build skills from the computer. So you can build a writing skill, you can build the logic skill. I think if you have university, you can play chess on the PC. I don't don't know if that's a base game thing or not, but I know you can play chess on the computer and get the logic skills, so you can build some skills on the PC as well. I also struggled a lot with the bathroom, y'all. So I don't know what was going on. So I knew I wanted to use bathroom stalls, and I also wanted to use a urinal. However, the building itself is asymmetric, which means that like it's not going to be perfectly the same on each side. So one bathroom is bigger than the other. So what I did, instead of making the bathrooms gendered, I decided to delete the doors and just make them both just like a normal door. So basically anyone can use the bathrooms. But the thing about that is one of the bathrooms is going to have 2 bathroom stalls and one will just have 1. But, you know, it's okay. Like, I don't really think the Sims mind that much. The reason why is because I wanted to make sure I could put a sink in here too. So I kind of had to like make some changes, you know? So I used just 2 generic doors, and one bathroom just has 1 bathroom stall. But you know, like, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe the other 2 might be full and maybe your Sim might need to use one and that one will be open, you know? You never know. But that's pretty much it for the bathroom situation. It just kind of sucks because I wish I could put 2 stalls at least in both of them, but you know, it just didn't turn out that way. Now, moving on, we are in this other section of the building. So this one kind of mirrors the other side. So I wanted to kind of just use a lot of bookshelves. I'm using these sectionals. At first, I was going to make the sectionals like a gray or like a black color, but I felt like this building needed a little pop of color. So I decided to kind of make them this burgundy color. Like I said, I'm using that same rug with that same design on it. And I'm also using some more of these base game bookshelves in here as well. I love the vibe of this library. It seems kind of like older, but it just kind of has like that nice, like cozy vibe, you know? Like I feel like it smells like books in here, but in a good way, you know? Also, I'm using some of these base game blinds in here. Y'all know I always have to use these, and I always have to use the Sims 3 tool mod to basically just like move them down a little bit. I'm also using these curtains from the Ambitions pack, which I don't think I've ever really used. Well, I feel like I might have used these at one point a long time ago, but I rarely ever use these ever. But I felt like they just had that perfect blend of like practical, but also kind of classy. And I feel like that's something you would probably see in a library, you know? So I made sure to put a bunch of those up. I'm also using some of those sconces from the University pack, which I never used those ever. That's why I like doing this kind of series, because I can use a lot of objects and stuff that I never would ever use. So it was just kind of cool. I'm also putting some of those books. So we have a couple different like book clutter objects in the game. So some come from the Generations pack and the other ones comes from the University pack. And then there's also like the magazine clutter from the base game. So I was just trying to use like a good mixture. And then I also made this section over here into its own separate room. So to me, I feel like this is probably like a study room, you know? I was going to make this room into just a computer lab, but I was like, maybe not. I was like, maybe we can have like a computer lab section upstairs. So this is more so like a little study room. So there's 2 desks with computers, and there's also 2 desks that are just empty. So in case your Sims just want to do homework, or I don't know, maybe you just want to sit here or do something, I don't know. So I decided to do that. I think I need to go back because I cannot remember if I did it or not. I might go back, and for the empty desk, I might go back and add a couple of lamps just to kind of have something there. But otherwise, that's pretty much it for the room. And now we go upstairs. So I knew from the start that I wanted to make sure that I had like a little kids corner, because the amount of times that I've looked at custom worlds in The Sims 3 and I've seen like a lot of people put like little kids corners in the library, and I was like, that is realistic. So I was like, maybe I could try to like squeeze one up here somewhere. But the thing is, like I said, y'all, this building is asymmetric, so it's not going to be even on, you know, both sides. So I was like, what can I do? I was like, maybe if I like close off a room, I can kind of have like a little kids room. But then as you can see, it wasn't really turning out that good. So I was like, you know what, we'll just have a kid corner with some stuff in the corner, you know? I was like, maybe I'll just put some nice kid stuff in the corner. It'll be just like an open hangout area, you know? So the first thing I knew I wanted to place down was that train set from the Supernatural pack. I don't use this in any of my Sims homes. So I was like, I know I need to put it here somewhere. Hopefully it's not too loud, you know? Maybe it's one of the quiet train sets, but I put one of those up here. I was kind of like finding things to put down. So I have that dinosaur fossil. I also have that other bulletin board from Generations I put in here too. And then I'm also like trying to just find some like good like educational stuff, educational decor. Does that make sense? So I think this is like a height chart with the tree. So I was like, maybe if I just put one of those, that could kind of be nice, you know. I'm also using some of these bookshelves from Generations. I tried to like make a cool, interesting design with it, but I know that Sims are gonna probably try to use the bookshelf that's turned around. So I was like, maybe I shouldn't do that. So I decided to just use 2 of them, and I placed them on different ends of the space. I also put like a toy box in here too, just in case your kids want something to play with. And then I also made sure to use some of these beanbags. For some reason, I always thought that these beanbags were from University, but no, they're from Generations, and I just never knew. I also did go back and add some curtains and blinds upstairs. I'm using the curtains from the Generations pack, and I kind of have like a space theme kind of in the corner. We have the space themed rug, and I use like the curtains to kind of like blend in with it. But as you can see, I think it turned out pretty good in the corner. Like, I think it's so cozy. I also wanted to kind of use some of these Generations style couches that I never use for anything. I'm not a fan of the way they look, so I never really used them, but I was like, this would be the perfect space for it. The only thing is, I didn't want to use 3. So what I ended up doing though was I recolored the couches, and I just didn't like how they were looking in the corner. So I was like, maybe I can replace it with a desk instead. So I'm using a desk over here. I'd imagine that maybe the kids probably use this desk to do homework and stuff. So I put a desk over there. I do have the other 2 couches as well. And then this is just me now putting up some more wall lights and stuff like that. I did also go back and add a couple of book bags. So if you have University, there's like a book bag. I guess it's a clutter object, but I think your Sims might be able to like put it on also. But I'm using it as clutter, so I put a couple of those in here too. And then this is just me now using another one of those coffee tables to put some more books and stuff on it, you know. But that's pretty much like everything for this section. I did go back in and just add some dressers in here because I wanted a place to kind of like display that fossil. So I put that in here. Then I think for the other one, I just put some books on it, and that's pretty much everything for this corner. And then the other corner of the room, I knew for a fact that I wanted to make it like a computer lab section. I was trying to find a space for that dry erase board, so I put it over here in the corner. This was me now just trying to like figure out what else I could put in here, and then I was like, yeah, that art easel's not gonna work. So I swapped it out for a couple of chest tables. I'm using some more of those desks. These desks, by the way, come from the Seasons pack, and I was like, yeah, this just makes a lot more sense to me. So for all of these desks over here, I put computers just because, you know, you never know when you might need a computer, right? So I put a couple of those in here. We put up some chest tables. We have that dry erase board as well. And honestly though, that is pretty much everything for the entire build. I always say this, y'all, but I really mean it. This lot turned out good, and I love the way it turned out. Like, I really do. It just looks really cozy. It looks like it smells like books, but you know, I don't know. I can see myself coming here, you know. But anyway, y'all, that is all that I have for this video. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to leave a like, comment something down below. Please stick around for the screenshots, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, y'all. Thanks for watching.